So, because we need to get this done. So let's get this started. Okay, so let's do this Q&A. It's long overdue. And yeah, I'm excited. I basically did my ID picture for Spelman, so I don't know what else they want. But I did what I had to do. But hi guys, it's Aisha Yusa. Welcome back to my channel. I was supposed to do a Q&A before, but I didn't get to it because I had so much to do. But I have the questions that you guys asked me back in May, which is crazy. Let's get started. This Q&A will probably be in sections, so like college questions, deep questions, school-related questions, and just like get to know me type of questions, like short questions. So we're gonna start off with a quick answer. I have my book with all the questions that you guys asked, so yeah, excited. So let's get started. We're gonna start off with the starter questions, the get to know me type of questions. Actually, no, let's start off with who am I? So my name is Aisha Yusuf. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. I just graduated from Baltimore City College. You know, like forever. And I will be attending Spelman College in the fall. I'm excited. Also, I'm a self-published author. I became an author at 16. I've been writing for a long time, at a young age. I published the book, The Melanin Guide. Y'all should order my book. It will mean a lot to me. We're almost sold out. Not that much copies left, so get your copy now. I want to do a sale again. I did a Juneteenth sale, so you guys should definitely catch a sale or buy the book soon because they're almost sold out. And yeah, so yes, let's really get started on these starter questions, period. So let's start our favorite color. Favorite color is black. Summer plans, so far I've been like hanging out with friends a lot. I'm not the type to really go out because like that's how my family is. Like we don't really go out, but I've been going out a lot with friends. Like we went to the lake twice, and we're going out to eat, like all that stuff, and just like having fun with family, getting ready for college, like dorm related stuff, and of course do lots of research because I have an internship. So I started yesterday, July 5th. So yeah, it's going well. How would you define yourself in 3 words and why? This is kind of like a deep question. Excellent, because I just exude like excellence. Beautiful, because I'm just beautiful. Look at me. It took me a long time to be this confident, by the way, and wise, because I'm really smart. Sometimes it takes me a while to really battle like moments of imposter syndrome trying to get to me, but just know I know. What is your biggest pet peeve? When people tell me what to do when they know I'm about to do it, or when they just tell me what to do. If you're not my mom or dad, you shouldn't be telling me what to do. Don't try to push me to do something when you know I'm about to do it. Like, just stop. No. I feel like I have more pet peeves, but like that's like one of my pet peeves. Where were you born? Here or Africa? I was born here, Maryland. My mother though is from Senegal. My dad's from Nigeria. I get that question. Of course. What's your favorite early 2000s group? Destiny's Child. I'm trying to get into more 2000s music, which I have for the past year or two. So I'm getting there. Who's your celebrity crush? I don't have one. I never like had one, honestly. Yeah, I never had one. What's your favorite thing about your religion and culture? Okay, so I'm Muslim, culture, West African, because my dad's Nigerian, mom's Senegalese. Favorite thing is like learning things about it, like each and every day. I actually like Islam. for like religious aspects. But yeah, I love learning new things. I listen to lectures a lot. I just love lessons that are within Islam, even West African culture, through my parents' stories and everything, what they've learned back home. Favorite artist, Kendrick Lamar, Jhené Aiko. But you know, the top is Kendrick Lamar. I have others. I'll probably make a list. Okay. How old am I? I am 18. My birthday is December 27th. I think that is it for the starter questions. Let's move on to the school-related questions. Okay, so we're gonna do the school-related questions like high school and all that. I've been waiting to answer these questions. What would you rate your high school experience on a scale of 1 to 10 and why? If I could generally rate my high school experience, I would say 8 out of 10. So why is, okay, at first I was gonna say 10 out of 10 because it shaped the person I am today. But to genuinely like actually rate my high school experience, I would say 8 out of 10. I feel like I wish that I went out more than just going out in senior year, because I just be seeing a lot of people like they've built lots of bonds and everything, and I have built lots of bonds even without like going out due to my inspirational page and everything and helping people with like school-related stuff. But I just wish I went out more because just to make memories. But of course I have college, but like high school, college is like, it's lots of more into it compared to like high school. But if I did go out, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have been more focused. The mindset that I have of being focused, I wouldn't have had it if I went out a lot during high school. I don't regret, you know, not going out a lot until senior year, but I just be like, dang. But I'm actually happy though. I'm still grateful. So 8 out of 10 for high school experience. I found out yesterday that I got the IB diploma, so it made me realize, okay, so this maybe was worth it, you know? So I'm still in shock, actually, because IB is so hard. But I'm gonna do another video of how, like, you know, my study habits and all that. I think that'll be in my STEM and healthcare journey series, because that's like school related stuff. So yeah. How did you keep up with school during the pandemic? Okay, so the pandemic came when I was in sophomore year. Did I keep up with school? I made sure to have a schedule. That's when I really started like planning out like my time management and like having self-discipline and learning more about like how it's so important to keep your eyes on your goals, school-related goals, which is like completing assignments and everything. Before I used to be like, just, you know, just do it, just do the work. But it's hard to just do the work when like you're fighting procrastination. And procrastination is not being lazy. People think that. I think these people have adapted the mindset that procrastination equals laziness, when really you're just exhausted, or like you don't know how to confront the work that you have to do. I'm gonna provide a better definition.
Hi guys, so I got you up with the real definition of procrastination. Yes, it is to put off intentionally, or put something off intentionally or habitually. That's a Merriam-Webster dictionary definition, but I feel like people don't understand the true reasoning behind procrastination, which is people often procrastinate because they are afraid of failing. It's actually very, very true. A lot of people struggle with that, but that's the real definition of procrastination.
I realized that procrastination wasn't a good thing. Decided that I can balance taking breaks in work and like putting that together, because I feel like some people think that getting good grades is not taking breaks, and it's really needed and it's beneficial to do what you have to do and take breaks in between of those tasks, like history. You just finished history assignment, take a break in between before you start the math assignment or whatever you gotta do, because those breaks are beneficial. And if you don't take breaks, it results in burnout. And I think that's something that I'm still going through right now because of all the staying up late and not giving myself time to actually do the work. So making sure that I have self-discipline and time management is how I kept up with doing my work during the pandemic. Next question. What are you looking forward to now that school is over? Well, high school. I'm looking forward to having fun. If I'm being completely honest, I'm not that excited to go to college right now. Like, I need to take in the summer each and every day. My internship, having fun with family. I still need to do more stuff with my family because it's July. Today makes a month until I move in. A month until I leave to go to Atlanta with my family. Just take in the summer and do lots of fun days with my sisters and my family. So I'm really excited for that, having fun, and my internship because I just love research. So yeah, I'm studying more with my book, and I'm just still shocked that I got the IB diploma. Wow. But I feel like that's like honestly academic validation that I needed. Honestly, to say like, Aisha, stop, you're smart. Period. How do you fight procrastination? I honestly answered this a little bit before, but to fight procrastination, needing discipline, and it's not motivation that you're missing, it's self-discipline. All about making sure you're telling yourself, why do I want to complete this assignment? Give yourself some time to self-reflect on why you want to succeed. And I feel like that's really important. So making sure you're giving yourself time to self-reflect. I think that's the reason why I did really well in school as time went on, because I realized the huge difference in like my freshman year grades. Because freshman year I ain't had this mindset at all. Like, I was just so like, because compared to middle school and like the transition, some kids came into my school knowing what to do. Like, they were right on because they're used to like, or they've been introduced to like the IB curriculum or like this rigorous workload of work. I'm just glad that I had that realization or transition in my mindset of how to take school more seriously, which helped me with like college and everything. So my college process. So yeah, a life lesson that you took away from high school. Okay, so some of you may know that I did a graduation speech, and I was able to speak it to everyone on graduation day. And honestly, I am very grateful that I gave it because it inspired lots of people. I've been told that they really love my speech, and people even watch it over again. So I gave 22 lessons, and I want to read those lessons for you guys. And we're gonna read the 22 lessons for class of 2022 that I gave. Okay, number 1, make sure you think about your community with whatever you want to do in the future. 2, seize any and every opportunity. 3, be grateful. 4, love the person you are today, who you were before, and in a couple of years. 5, celebrate every and any accomplishment. Don't compare yourself to others. That's 6. 7, leave your mark. 8, stop playing with your potential. 9, develop the mindset of believing that you belong in every room you step into. 10, don't be afraid to ask for help. 11, it's okay to feel stuck or upset. You're not going to go through every challenge alone. 12, have a growth mindset. 13, use your voice. Be heard. 14, stop being afraid of failures. 15, discover who you are. 16, challenge yourself. 17, keep your eyes on your goals. 18, listen to other perspectives other than your own. 19, be yourself. 20, put your all into your work. 21, in order to grow, you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. 22, always, and I mean always, value the phrase city forever. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the third part of questions, which is college-related questions. So let's get started. The college that I'll be attending, like I said earlier, is Spelman College. So first question, why did I choose Spelman or spelling? So I chose Spelman. Actually, let's really dive into this question because many people don't know this. Okay, so if I'm being completely honest, Spelman was not my top choice. Yeah, Spelman was not my top choice. But it was in, of course, the top 5 range. When I got my acceptance, I was happy because like it was like an actual school that I would really go to. But when I saw the tuition and like it's everything, I was like, no, we're not doing this. Like, why would my parents do that? And that was my goal. Whatever full ride came, that full ride came. I was gonna go to whatever school. Took them off my list after that. Fast forward, I was determined to apply to every program an HBCU or whatever school had, or PWI, full ride program, whatever program, mostly paid for, whatever program. So one of the programs that I applied to was the Bonner Scholar Program. That is through Spelman. I applied to a lot of programs, y'all, like a lot, and they're one of them. At first, I was like, this is a really prestigious or like competitive program to get into. And people know that like only, I think 20 students get in each cohort of Bonner. But I applied the day that it was due because I was just so busy. But I had the ideas and the answers to the questions already. So I just did it. Had my club advisor write me a letter of recommendation that day. Boom, sent it. So it was so good. And the letter of recommendation that she wrote, the letter she wrote for me, amazing. And my response to the question, good. I will do a separate video how like I got in the program and like my experiences when, you know, actually there in Sarambi. And yeah, after that, submitted it, I left it alone because I honestly forgot about it because I had other programs to keep in mind, like to keep myself, you know, updated on a lot of interviews and, you know, and I kept getting like acceptances, rejections, waitlisted, and all over the place. So I just completely forgot about the Bonner Scholar Program because I was still stuck on the fact that Spelman didn't give me any scholarships. So I was like, you know, forget it. Like, you know, everything for a reason. Focus on the schools that really want me. Fast forward to April, I was going through a lot for the college process. Like the college process was so hard, but like it was worth it because like I wouldn't end up where I am now. I get a letter from the coordinator of the Bonner Scholar Program that I got accepted, and I was like, okay, cool. How much money are they gonna give me? Because like I can't just go on a program, you know. Yeah. Looking at an award letter, mostly paid for the first year because they give you a grant or whatever every single year, a scholarship every single year, but it changes depending on your household, you know, ESC. So I was really happy. I was really shocked. I was like, wow, to get money from Spelman is like crazy. Like you wouldn't even expect because they don't give money out. So I learned also. I took consideration. I'm waiting for a full ride to come from another HBCU. And I was still stuck on that. I knew I was gonna get it. Trying to be cocky, but I knew I was gonna get it. So yeah, and I was like, why would I leave this opportunity of being a Bonner Scholar? Because they do so much. So I did research, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I was talking to people too, my mentor, and she went to Spelman, of course, but she wasn't a Bonner Scholar. She knows some Bonner Scholars down there in Atlanta. So I connected with some other alumna that went there, and I was like, you know what? I have to go to Spelman. Like I have to put a deposit down, boom, go to Spelman. So that's the story behind why I chose Spelman, because a lot of people don't know that. And since it is mostly like paid for in a sense, I had to do external scholarships, and my external scholarships covered the rest of that year. But I'm so happy and I'm grateful. So yeah, and I have external scholarships that can cover, you know, the rest of the years, which is why I considered it like a full ride in a sense, because like I reached my goal of external scholarships. Actually, no, I reached my goal of external scholarships for the first year, and then later I started working on the other years, and I got more external scholarships coming in till now. So I reached my goal yesterday. Actually, I'll get into detail or whatever for that. Yeah, I'm really grateful. I'll do a separate video on my scholarship journey. So yeah. Next question. What are you most excited for? What are you least excited for in college? Okay, so most excited for the experiences and opportunities I will, you know, take or have the opportunity to like do there at Spelman to make a change in the community more. Like just put my input in this community and be a part of the sisterhood. What I'm least excited for is being away from home. And it didn't really hit me till like now. but I feel like I will adjust. And I honestly, my goal was to go to a HBCU out of state. So yeah, so unbelievable till now, but yeah. What I'm looking for in a roommate. So I have my roommate already. She's actually Muslim. I'm really excited because like I was not expecting for me to have a roommate that's just like me, basically. Like we're gonna be fasting together, and I'm excited. So yeah. Also, in a roommate, I want them to keep themselves up, don't be messy and all that stuff. You know, basic things. So yeah, clean after themselves and everything, and you know, have fun with. I think it's the last question. How do you feel about moving away from home? Right now, I'm not that excited. Like I feel like I'm gonna cry also while there, cause like that homesick feeling, it's normal. But as of now, I'm not excited. There's some moments in, you know, this house where I'm just like, all right, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. It doesn't weigh out, you know, me feeling like excited or whatever, or not feeling excited. So yeah, I'm not that excited right now, but I will be when I like get my stuff together and everything. So yeah, expect Spelman college vlogs and everything. And yeah, and that concludes the college related questions. Now we're gonna go on to the deep questions. So we're gonna move on to the deep questions. There were a lot of deep questions, can't even lie. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Someone also asked, where do I see myself in 5 years? So we're just gonna like, of course, combine those two. I see myself being a pediatrician and a healthcare advocate, because I feel like I'll be done school, because school takes about like 8 years. But healthcare advocate, pediatrician, or whatever healthcare field or healthcare profession is meant for me, because everything has for a reason. And you know, yeah, as long as I'm in the healthcare field, I see myself traveling the world, help my community out. One thing about me, I definitely after Spelman want to come back to Baltimore, maybe for school, but honestly I want to go somewhere else for like school, like a really high like institution for like, you know, medical school and all that stuff, medical internships and everything. So yeah, and just working somewhere that I really feel happy and doing things I really want to do with family and all that. So yeah, you can see I really value family, and I see myself being way more close to Allah. What inspires you? Seeing people in my community do great things. Let's start off with Michelle Obama. When it came to the college process, one thing I kept saying, like when it came to questions like who inspires you and all those like those type of questions, I always named Michelle Obama, because I have the book Becoming, still reading it. I just love how she came up, like her story and everything. Like she's just so powerful, and just writing her own book, it just resonates with me. So yeah, she's just true inspiration. If someone came to you for advice about how to get through struggles, what would you say? Wow, this is a good question. Shout out to my friend Michael, because I think he was the one who asked me this question. He came to me and asked how to get over or get through struggles that you face in life. I would say you need to reflect on those struggles and appreciate those struggles in a sense. I'm not saying or invalidating your feelings by saying don't be sad over them, because you have every right to feel sad or upset. But my thing is, what I tell people, you're allowed to be sad or upset or angry or frustrated about whatever struggle or challenge that is thrown at you. But always keep your head up by not drowning in those sad emotions and just, you know, not doing anything about it. It's all the time you need, but you need to make sure you have a plan on when you want to overcome those challenges. Some things are really out of your control, but there are things you can control, which is you not drowning in those emotions of sadness and everything due to the struggle or struggles. Make sure you self-reflect. I always value self-reflecting, because like it really helps. And after self-reflecting, always ask for help. Like, you can't go through each and every obstacle by yourself. It's okay to ask for help. I struggle with that sometimes. It's okay to ask for help, because you're gonna need help along the way. You're not gonna know everything. That's what life is all about. I think those two I value the most, and that's how I would answer going through struggles. Most memorable thing that happened to you and why? The most memorable thing that happened to me, wow. I would say, I think I have 2 to 3 answers. I could say the civil rights trip. I took a civil rights trip back in April for a week with like friends and like students from different schools. We went down south. We went to first North Carolina, Atlanta, Alabama, Arkansas, and Tennessee. I honestly could say it was the best experience of my life when it came to traveling. I learned so much about my history, and I would do it again. Like, I would do it again and again and again. That's how much I love learning about my history. So that's like, it's really memorable. I got to explore places I never went to, like North Carolina and Atlanta had to be one of my favorite places. And also we went to Beale Street, so that was an amazing experience. Another memory I would say also is giving my graduation speech, because I always imagined myself giving a speech at City before leaving, and it happened. So yeah, I'm so grateful I was selected to say that speech, because a lot of people loved it, like I mentioned earlier, and I just loved how I spoke and everything. I just felt so powerful. So yeah. Another thing I would say is graduation itself, because it was just so amazing, like how everything put together, seeing people happy on stage, walk across the stage, and me, when I was the last person to like be called, I just loved it. Like the room lit up and I just loved it, and I was definitely crying because I feel like at that moment it made me realize how much people support me. I know people support me, but like it didn't fully hit me till graduation day. I'm really inspirational to people, and like I feel like that is when it hit, and I just started crying. Like, oh my gosh, y'all don't understand, but I was crying. I hugged my college advisor, and she's like so emotional herself. Like, she's the best. Like, I wouldn't be where I am today, or even going to Spelman, it was for her. So yeah, those are 2 memorable moments, and I'm grateful to experience those things. I think that's it for the questions. If you guys have any more questions, I'll probably do a Q&A part 2 in the future. So if you have any more questions, comment down below. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in